What is a Scrum Master? Well, you may have found yourself put in those shoes, been told you're a Scrum Master. Maybe you went on a CSM 6 months ago, but really you're still getting your feet under the table. And you've recognized that a Scrum Master isn't just somebody who moves tickets on a Jira board. Hi, my name is John McFadyen. I'm the managing partner with Agile Centre. I'm a certified Scrum trainer, and I've been using Scrum and Agile approaches for over 20 years now. Why do I say that a Scrum Master is more? They're not just somebody who moves tickets on a board. Well, because that's not their job at all, though I see it more often than I would like. Hopefully, you're at that point of realization. Maybe you've been working with a team, you did your CSM 6 months ago, you got in there and you're like, yeah, I get this Scrum thing, and your team got it, and they're doing okay. And now you're sat around thinking, well, if I'm not teaching people what a daily Scrum is, what is my job? And this is a common problem because the foundational courses are, by their very nature, foundational. They only introduce the topics, and many people are left to flounder. They don't have experienced Agilists, experienced Scrum Masters around them to support them. If you feel like that's you, well, hang around, because my take on a Scrum Master is much, much bigger than what many companies think it is, and it is far more effective than what many people think the role of a Scrum Master is. Because yes, you are going to work with your team or teams. You're going to help them understand the daily Scrum and the sprint planning and the retro, and you're going to make it all work seamlessly. And very quickly, you're going to bash into the confines created by the organization. My experience tells me organizations are incredibly good at getting in the way of teams doing their job, often with good intentions, but often with unintended consequences. They do things, they set policies, thinking they'll be good for everybody, and discovering quite quickly that they're not. That it's very rare that a one size fits all fits all. And you, as a Scrum Master, are there with a team becoming frustrated because they've reached the peak of what they can in the current environment. Well, now the job really starts. You've got them used to Scrum, you've got them working, you've built within them and with them a process and a mindset of continuous improvement, continuous adaptation, experimentation, of being able to deliver a product that pleases a customer. Now the real work starts, because now you're going to have to not only support that team, encourage it, sometimes even cheerlead it, to keep them pushing forward, to keep them improving. You're going to have to work with the wider organization. You're going to have to help your leaders and your executives understand their role in this big puzzle. What is it they could be doing? What are the impacts, the implications of what they are doing? Very often, Scrum Masters don't want to step into that forum. Very often, they're happy moving tickets on a Jira board because they're busy. Well, that's not really a good sign. As a Scrum Master, you're the interruptible resource within the team. You're the person that they can come to and stop working. If you're always busy, how can you be interrupted? You need to have slack time. You need to have time to think and ponder and work out. Okay? And very often the questions are not how to run a better retro, though I'm more than happy to chat to you about how to run a better retro. They're going to be, how do I get that exec to actually take the action they said they would? How do I create the situation where it benefits them to do this? Or how do I highlight that that situation already exists? You need that time. You need time to be thinking about how do we help other parts of this organization shift and adapt to better enable them to work with my team or teams and to be more effective as a whole. Very often people don't want to step into this space because they feel like they're treading on others' toes, because they feel, and I do hear it a lot and I can empathize with it, they're scared. They think that they're going to get shot down, their career's over, and what have you. Well, it's probably not going to be, unless you don't know how to manage a conversation like an adult. Be respectful. Be firm. You can be forceful. As long as you are respectful, as long as you remain polite throughout, okay, they're not going to fire you. They might tell you to go get back in your box, and you have to go away and use some of that time for pondering to think about how you're going to get out of your box next. But you need to be working into the wider organization, helping people understand the need for agility is not just around product. It's not just around product development or project delivery. It's likely going to be fundamental to the core of the business in the future. How does a company adapt to a volatile market? How does a company or an organization shift and change as the world around it continues to shift and change? We are in unprecedented levels of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. I'm sure you've heard of VUCA thrown around in the world today, an amazing military term that really does explain the world we're in. How does your organization remain fit for purpose, competitive? It's only by being able to thrive in the instability. And the only way to do that is to be agile, to be nimble, to be responsive, to be adaptable. As a Scrum Master, this is part of our calling. We are the people who go out into organizations and talk to the next level of managers, but also the level above that and the level above that and the level above that. I have in my career been in many, many boardrooms talking to people about the need for agility, the need for organizational responsiveness, adaptability, to survive. Never mind thrive, to survive. This is what you're looking forward to. You might only be 6 months in. You may have only just done a CSM. Maybe you're looking to do the CSM in the near future. And what I'm talking about is big, and I appreciate that. But this is what's exciting. This is why you can spend 2 decades in this world. Never mind 2 to 5 years that many people think of as their careers. You can spend decades working on this, working on how to help people understand the need for it and how to support them in achieving it. Our role is normally not to do. It's to provide space and abilities to thinking and probing questions to be thinking differently for those who are going to do the work. And our aim is that they can do their jobs better, be it at the team level or all the way up at the exec level. We're there as a critical friend, somebody who is a friend to them. We are there to support them. We want them to do a great job, but we're not going to let them off the hook. We're going to ask them difficult questions. We're going to make them look at things through new lenses, because in doing so, they can make better decisions. And when they take action, they can hopefully be better actions with better outcomes. This is the future if you want to be a Scrum Master. Somebody who is not only able to talk at the team level, but all the way up to the executive. Working with them and constantly asking, how can they be better?